Thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And the first thing I want to say right off the bat is, if you think to yourself, now wait a minute, if you go to the United States Senate, why won't it change you the same way it seems to change other people? My answer to that is, I went to Harvard Law School and Harvard Divinity School and didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Believe me, I can go to the United States Senate, I won't drink the Kool-Aid there either. I'll remain the same person that I know I'm supposed to be. I became a Republican in 1982 in Massachusetts. That was the equivalent of having leprosy. So I'm no recent convert for the purpose of some personal ambition. I became a Republican when it wasn't popular for anybody to be a Republican, and it certainly wasn't popular for a black man to become a Republican. But I stood up for what I believed in, and I joined the Republican Party because I believe that the principles of the Republican Party are the principles that I hold dear. And my task, as I see it, in running and hoping to be elected, is to make sure that the Republican Party stays true to those values. And I think all too often the reason why we're in the position we're in right now is that Republicans went to Congress and they forgot who we were supposed to be, and they didn't turn the people out because the people were disenchanted and discouraged. And now look what we've got. But folks, I'm telling you, don't be discouraged, because there's an awakening in our country now. Republicans are standing up for the principles we hold dear. And if the leadership that we have in the Congress now doesn't do it, we're going to send new leadership, but we're going to continue this fight, and eventually we're going to have a Congress and a president that will hold true to the values that made the country great. We are not going to Now, I was in a room like this on the first Tuesday in November of 2008. Along with others who were there presumably to celebrate what victories we had, but we really kind of ended up mourning the tremendous loss we had. I remember walking out of that function hall with my head hung down thinking, oh God, what's going to happen now? Our country has made a big mistake, and now we're going to have to live with that mistake for the next 4 years. And sadly, everything I was concerned about is coming to pass. We are witnessing in breakneck speed the fundamental transformation of our country. We're fighting to reverse it, but they're doing everything that they can to see to it that what this president promised, that he would change this country fundamentally, indeed comes to pass. We have $4 trillion added to the budget, added to our deficit in only 2 years. $4 trillion in only 2 years. We have added 200,000 federal employees to our government. We have increased the size of the federal government by 25%. He has spent as much in his presidency as was spent, half as much as was spent in the whole history of the country up until then. And the amazing thing is that there seems to be no cessation. There seems to be no appreciation of the fact that we have spent ourselves to the brink of bankruptcy, to the brink of fiscal cataclysm, and they still want to spend more. It is